afternoon, dear students. Today we are going to discuss here about Dolly the clone. Okay, this is a first mammal to be cloned. This was the first mammal to be cloned. Now, something about Dolly. Dolly, the cloning of a sheep. Dolly the sheep was successfully cloned in Britain in 1996 by scientist Ian Wilmot and Campbell, and was put down in February in 2003 after developing a lung infection and arthritis. Okay, so this Dolly sheep was first successfully cloned. Dolly was the sheep successfully cloned in Britain by Ian Wilmot and Campbell. Okay, and the animal died after developing lung infection and arthritis in the year 2003. Dolly was the genetic copy of Finn Dorset Eve. Okay, now it's a you can say species or variety of sheep, Finn Dorset Eve. Her birth more than 10 years ago showed that nuclei, or rather long back in 1996 and in 97 Dolly was born. It showed that nuclei from specialized adult cells can be reprogrammed into all the cells of an organism. What it showed us? That the nuclei from specialized adult cells can be reprogrammed into all cells, giving rise to a new organism. The technique that led to Dolly is called somatic cell nuclear transfer and has remained essentially unchanged over the last decade. Okay, right. Now let us study what was Dolly and how Dolly was produced. Okay, now Dolly the sheep was the first ever mammal. Dolly the sheep was the first ever mammal clone developed by Ian Wilmot and Campbell in the year 1970. Dolly was born in 1997. Okay, Dolly the sheep was the first mammal clone developed by Ian Wilmot and Campbell. It was a sheep, that to a female lamb with a mother but no father, because genes were taken only from a female Finn Dorset Eve, right? So you can say that. Dolly was cloned using nuclear replacement method. It was cloned using nucleus replacement method. Okay. Now this cloning technique primarily involves nuclear transfer and the phenomena of totipotency. Okay, the cloning technique primarily involves nuclear transfer and phenomena of totipotency. Now, the character of a cell to develop into different cells, tissues, organs, and finally an organism is called as totipotency or pluripotency of that cell. Okay, so actually two things were involved in developing Dolly, and what was that cloning Dolly? What were the two things? Two procedures: nuclear transfer and phenomena of totipotency. Now, what is totipotency? The characteristic of a cell to develop into cells, tissues, organs, and finally into a complete organism is called as totipotency or pluripotency. Now, totipotency is the basic character of embryonic cells. As the embryo develops, the cell, okay, inside the uterus, the cells specialize and finally give rise to the whole organism. And so totipotency is the basic characteristic of embryonic cells, and as the embryo develops, all the cells get specialized and finally gives rise to a whole organism with all tissues, organs and all. As such, the cells of an adult lack totipotency. Okay, in the last slide I told you that Ian Wilmot used adult cells. Okay, but as such, the cells of an adult lack totipotency. But what the scientist did? Totipotency was induced into the cells for into the adult cells. Totipotency was induced into adult cells. Okay, for developing Dolly. That we need to remember. Then, the cloning of sheep for producing Dolly was done in the following manner. What were the steps involved? Now, the mammary, I am explaining you here in brief. The mammary gland cells were isolated from a donor sheep. The donor sheep was a 6 years old Finn Dorset Eve. 6 years old Finn Dorset Eve was the donor sheep. Right. The mammary gland cells were isolated from this donor Eve. The mammary gland cells were subjected to total nutrition deprivation. Okay, total starvation. Or rather, you can say that the mammary gland cells were kept in a solution without any nutrition, or you can say for starvation for a period of 5 days. What happens when you keep mammary gland cells on starvation for 5 days? The mammary gland cells abandon their normal growth cycle. Their normal growth cycle gets abandoned. Then they enter a dormant stage, Z0 stage, and regain totipotency character. Their normal growth cycle stops because there is starvation, there is no nutrition for the cells to undergo multiplication and carry out their growth cycle. So their normal, you can say, growth cycle will stop, gets abandoned. Now the cell becomes dormant, enters a dormant stage. Okay, and then it becomes totipotent. It regains its totipotency character. Okay, so this is how Ian Wilmot induced mammary gland cells to become totipotent. Okay, to regain their totipotency character. Okay, so here you had mammary gland cells from a 6-year-old Finn Dorset Eve subjected to starvation for 5 days, such that the mammary gland cells, okay, in the normal growth cycle stops, and then they become totipotent. Okay, on the other hand, you require an ovum, an egg, for developing an embryo. So the ovum or egg cell was taken from another Eve. Okay, ovum or egg was taken from another Eve, black Scottish Eve, and its nucleus was removed to form a enucleated ovum. Okay, so the egg or ova was collected from another sheep, and the nucleus from the ova was removed. Nucleus was specifically removed. Okay, it was sucked out along with the pronucleus to form a enucleated ovum. Right. The eggs produced by Scottish blackface ewe, female sheep, were used. Okay, so the donor of egg was the female sheep, Scottish blackface ewe. Right. Now, first, first this black Scottish ewe, which is going to donate eggs or ovum, is treated with gonadotrophin releasing hormone. Okay, this animal which is going to donate egg is treated with gonadotrophin releasing hormone, so that's to produce oocytes which are ready to be fertilized. Okay, so that the animal produces oocytes which are ready to be fertilized. Like all mammals, these oocytes are arrested at metaphase of the second meiotic division. Okay, they are arrested at metaphase of the second meiotic division, and these ova are used for the experiment. Now, what do then? They take the ova, they plunge a micropipette into the egg over the polar body and suck out the polar body and the haploid pronucleus. Okay, so a micropipette is plunged into the egg over the polar body, and along with the polar body the haploid pronucleus is sucked out within the egg. This will enucleate the egg. So what you have is an enucleated egg. Right. On one hand, you have collected mammary glands from a 6 years old Finn Dorset Eve, and on the other hand, you have collected eggs from blackface Scottish Eve. Okay, and the nucleus is removed from the egg. So you have enucleated ovum and mammary gland cells which have regained totipotency. Now the dormant mammary gland cells and the enucleated ovum were fused by pulse electricity. Okay, together they are placed in one solution and electric current is passed through the solution. Okay, so the mammary gland cells and the enucleated ovum are kept in one solution and electric current is passed. So electrofusion technique was used to fuse the enucleated ovum with the mammary gland cells. Now, the outer membrane of the mammary gland cells was broken, allowing the ovum to envelop the nucleus. Okay. When you give electric shock, what happens? The outer membrane of the mammary gland will break. And what is present is the cytoplasmic content. So, the cytoplasmic content of the mammary gland cells are enveloped by the ovum. Okay, or you can say the nucleus of the mammary gland cell is enveloped by the ovum. right? So by giving electric shock, the outer membrane of the mammary gland cells was broken, allowing the ovum to envelop the nucleus of the mammary gland. Now the fused cell, as it had regained totipotency, can multiply and develop into an embryo. Okay, this embryo, when it reaches blastula stage, was implanted into the uterus of another EU, which was a surrogate mother, which serves as a surrogate mother or a foster mother. And then this embryo turned into a fully developed animal, that is lamb, and after 5 months Dolly was born on 22nd February 1997. Okay, thus this experimental work actually started in 1996 itself. Is that clear? So what was the first step? The mammary gland cells were isolated from the donor Eve, 6 years old Finn Dorset Eve. The mammary gland cells were subjected to starvation for 5 days. Because of that, the normal growth cycle of the mammary gland cells stops. The cells become dormant and then they regain their totipotency character. Then we collected ova or egg from another Eve, that is a black-faced Scottish Eve, and the nucleus was removed from the ovum. So we enucleated the ovum. Okay, how we enucleate? We plunge a micropipette into the egg over the polar body, suck out the polar body and the haploid pronucleus. Okay. Now, the dormant mammary gland cells and the enucleated ovum are allowed to undergo fusion by keeping them in a solution by passing electric current. Because you allow them to fuse, they undergo fusion. And what happens? The enucleated ovum actually masks or envelops the nucleus of the mammary gland cells, because the outer membrane of the mammary gland cells is broken. Okay. Now, the fused cells, because it has regained its totipotency, because the mammary glands have become totipotent now, the fused cells, because it has regained totipotency, will multiply and develop into a mature embryo. And hence the embryo was allowed to undergo development in the laboratory itself, and after reaching blastula stage, the embryo was implanted into the uterus of a surrogate mother, another Eve, surrogate mother. And after 5 months, Dolly Sheep was born on 22nd February 1997. So in short, you can see these are mammary gland cells in G0 stage of the growth cycle, subjected to starvation. So mammary gland cells are fused with enucleated. We can say this is a pronucleus. No, sorry, this is an egg, and from the egg we have removed the nucleus. We remove the nucleus, so it becomes enucleated ovum, and from here comes the mammary gland cells, and here comes the ovum. The two are fused. Fuse and activate cells with electric pulse. We fuse the cells with electric pulse, right? And once they have fused with electric pulse, okay, culture the eggs until they reach the morula stage or blastocyst stage. So once they have undergone fusion, we culture them so that they'll reach the blastula stage, and then the blastula is implanted into the uterus of the foster mother, and after 5 months Dolly was born. Okay, so again a pictorial view. This was the Finn Dorset Eve, which was a white Eve. This was a white sheep, that was a Finn Dorset Eve, which was which donated the mammary gland cells or udder cells. This was a black-faced Scottish Eve, which donated the egg. Okay. Now from the egg, what was removed? Nucleus was removed from the egg. Right, and the enucleated egg was allowed to undergo fusion with the mammary gland cell. So mammary gland cell fused with enucleated ovum by electrofusion method. Okay, it was fused by electrofusion method, and now this fused cells developed into an embryo. Embryo was allowed to undergo development till blastula stage, and then the embryo was implanted into the uterus of the surrogate mother. And after 5 months, Dolly Sheep was born, right? So as reported by Ian Wilmot and Campbell, they fused 277 ovum cells. Okay, they fused 277 ovum. That means 277 times they carried out the fusion of enucleated ova with the mammary gland cells. Okay, and most of their experiments failed. Okay, after successfully fusing 277 ova with enucleated ova with mammary gland cells, most of their experiment fails and only 13 pregnancies could be achieved. Rest of their experiment or fusion process failed. Okay, out of the 13 pregnancy, only one pregnancy resulted in the live birth of a offspring lamb, and the lamb was named as Dolly. The Dolly clone was born by fusion of cells from female sheep only. No male sperms were collected. Okay, so that means only a female sheep cells, that is mammary gland cells, gave rise to a new animal. See, and this Dolly was genetically identical to the donor of mammary gland cell, that means the Finn Dorset Eve, because genes were a nucleus of mammary gland cells was involved in development of the Dolly. Okay, so the chromosomes were present, the chromosomes in Dolly were only from the Finn Dorset Eve. So it was a clone of Finn Dorset Eve, right, and not the Scottish Eve. The black-faced Scottish Eve only gave ovum, but it was enucleated, so chromosomes were absent, and hence Dolly was a clone of Finn Dorset Eve. Now, once again, let us understand the procedure. So, 6 years old Finn Dorset Eve was the donor of mammary gland cells, and the adult sheep, black-faced Scottish Eve, was the donor of ovum. Okay, the ovum was enucleated. Okay, and the mammary gland cells were actually given starvation. They were nutrient deprivation and starvation, and hence they entered into dormant phase, but they become totipotent. Okay, so now the dormant totipotent udder cells are fused with enucleated ovum by electric shock. They fuse. Okay, the fused cells, mammary gland cell nucleus and envelope of ova from another sheep. Okay, so mammary gland cell nucleus covered with the ovum envelope. Now, because it is totipotent, it will develop into an embryo. When the embryo reaches blastula stage, the blastocyst is implanted into the uterus of the foster mother, and the foster mother gives rise to the clone, that is Dolly. So that is all about that is all about cloning of Dolly. So Dolly with her foster mother. This animal which is shown here is the foster mother and not the real mother. This mother only gave a uterus for giving birth to Dolly. So that is all about development of the clone Dolly.